Hello, ladies. It is Tia Lorray here. I am sitting outside of BJ's. I'm actually getting ready to head in and do a meat haul. I mentioned in a previous video that I am changing the way I grocery shop. I am changing the way I meal prep for my family. Um, a while ago, I actually used to do it this way. I think I just got out of it, trying to grocery shop here and there, getting things out of convenience, which has cost me a lot more money. This is actually a method that my mother taught me that I'm getting back to. So I'm going to head in. What I did was I budgeted, hear me out, just hear me out. I budgeted $150 for chicken, $150 for beef, and then I might grab me maybe $50 or so worth of salmon. Now, doing this way, it sounds a lot more expensive up front, and in a way it is, but you will see why I do it this way, and why it makes so much more sense in the long run. And even if you don't shop at a BJ's, if you have a Costco, a Sam's Club, or whatever other wholesale store, I always opt for buying your meat wholesale because you get a lot more for a lot cheaper. I will show you when I go back inside, just the difference in how much meat you can get at a BJ's versus at just a regular grocery store. So I am headed on in. Y'all come with me, grab a cart, and hopefully what I'm about to show y'all makes sense. Okay. So our BJ's is currently getting herself a little makeover. Love that for her. I love this store. I'm here by myself today because trying to grocery shop with 4 children, hilarious. So yeah, let's go on in. So I am here in the chicken section. Chicken is typically where I start first because I just like seeing how much chicken I get for the money. So here you have about 3 to 4 chicken thighs in each pouch. Typically it's 4 of them, so I'm getting, we'll say 24 because it's double. It's both sides, so that would be about 24 thighs for $14.41. I can make so many different meals out of this, so these are the ones I like to stock up on. And it's the same thing for your drumsticks. So we might have about what, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, like maybe 18 to 24 drumsticks for $12.60. So I typically like to stay with these for the most part. Now I will get some wings, but we all know white meat is more expensive and I won't get as many, but it's still really good for the price. And then simply because I am trying to meal prep a bit more, shedding a bit of weight also, I will grab me a couple chicken breasts, but actually I might just get 1 pack of chicken breasts because I'll be the only one eating these. So I was able to end up with 2 packs of drumsticks, 1 pack of wings, 2 packs of breasts, and then what is that, 3 packs of thighs. Now I'm going to do the math when I get home, but this is going to be a whole lot of meals. So I don't even plan on doing even half of this meat this month. The idea was just to start rebuilding up my stockpile because it has decreased significantly. But my goal is to do a lot less plant-based, a lot more plant-based foods, and just to have the meat or even just a little bit of meat during our meals. But the goal is not to buy this meat to eat it up in a month. It is to continue to stack up to where you never have to go without having any again. That is the idea, and that is why I'm going back to shopping this way, just in case. And then I am getting ready to do something similar with the ground beef. Now, you can do the same thing if you want to do ground turkey or ground chicken. I prefer to cook with ground beef when I do use it. So I am going to get $150 worth of ground beef. And I'll probably grab a couple of these too because these are really handy to have on a day where you don't feel like going through, all the hustle and bustle of having to get this out and separate it. Just they've already had it prepackaged for you for the beef. So I'm going to grab $150 worth of this. And then when I get home, I'm going to figure out how much I have, how many meals I have, get it separated, get it seasoned, and then get it into the deep freezer. So I am going to do the same thing with the butter. Organic butter is getting expensive everywhere, and it's just cheaper to buy it in bulk. So I'm just gonna get 2 packs of it because it'll last me a little while. But yeah, I would definitely recommend buying your butter in bulk if you can. And then I'm gonna do the same thing here for the salmon. Now I allowed myself, I said 50, between 50 and $75 just for salmon, for meal prepping. Because again, I'm trying to stay away from red meat, and I'm trying not to eat all my chicken breast up too. So we're gonna go with, I'm gonna do 3 bags of these, and that's gonna last me quite a while. While I'm here, I am also going to grab, they have good chopped spinach and kale that I like to cook up, as well as their broccoli. And then it looks like that's all they have today. So I'm going to get 2 bags of broccoli and probably 2 bags of kale as well, because they cook up really, really nice. I'm also going to take advantage of their big bags of organic frozen fruit too, because smaller bags at some of the other grocery stores for organic strawberries are literally like $10, versus I can come here to shop for my smoothies and I'll get more for my dollar. So I'm going to get some strawberries and probably the tropical blend, and then I am done in here for the day. So I did find some Dave's Killer Bread buns, which is actually really difficult to find in this store. So I grabbed 2 packs. I'm going to stick them in the freezer for when I am ready to make burgers. And then when you thaw them, they thaw perfect. They thaw just as soft as they were before you froze them. And then I also got the whole grain bread. Now I do make my own sandwich bread, but I haven't gotten around to figuring out how to make this kind. So I will absolutely still buy this. And I'll probably freeze the second loaf because I'm really just going to use this for avocado toast. So I am back home with all of our meats, and that is how much we ended up with. So I'm going to go over the amounts that I took. So I have my notes here. So I can give you guys a better understanding of why I did it the way that I did it. So for the chicken thighs, I ended up with, we'll say between 54 and 72. The legs the same, 54 to 72. Chicken breast between 12 and 18. I believe it's leaning more towards 18. We ended up with 24 wings, 8 sections of ground beef, and then about 36 patties. So total, that put me between 144 and 186 pieces of chicken, which will total between 24 and 31 meals. Now, for these particular thighs, it's kind of hard to say whether or not they have 3 or 4, but most of them probably have 4, so I would lean closer towards 186 pieces of chicken. That's 31 meals with the chicken. The ground beef between the sections and the burger patties is another 14 meals. So we're looking at about between 39 and 46 meals with what I got. That's going to last us well over a month because, like I said, I'm not using the meat every day. That was just for me to get my stockpile built up to where if on Sundays, when I go to plan out my meals, I can sit down and say, okay, here's what I got in inventory. What am I cooking for the next 2 weeks? It makes it easier to plan ahead that way. And I saved a lot of money on meat doing it the way that I did. Understandably, it was more expensive up front, but I'm going to end up saving money in the long run. And because it's not going to take me, it's going to take us a lot longer than a month to eat the meat. Say, for example, this month I did meat. Next month I might do canned goods, or I might stock up my pantry. And then the following month I'll still be good on meat, but that might be a good time to go ahead and do the same thing I did today. And then the stockpile continues to grow. My pantry continues to grow because I'm creating a strategy now when it comes to my grocery shopping. What I wanted to do today was actually take out all the chicken, get it seasoned, get it bagged, but I've run out of daylight and I've run out of time. I don't have time today. So I'm just gonna make the kids up a couple burgers and put everything in the deep freezer, and then hopefully, I don't know, we'll figure it out from that point. But normally if I would have started earlier, I would have been able to get everything seasoned, bagged, and then when I was ready to pick my meals out, the chicken's already seasoned and then we're good to go. It just did not happen that way. You know how it goes as a mom. Sometimes things just do not go as planned, and they did not go that way today. But I am super happy I was able to get my stockpile back up when it comes to my meat. So I don't have to go get a pack here, get a pack there, buy a pack from this store for $8, buy a pack from this store for 15, so on and so forth. That is why I was blowing through so much money. So I hope that all of this made sense. If you have any questions, definitely leave them below. Oh, also, before I forget, I did want to say my limits today was $125. You can absolutely start lower than that. Say, for example, if you only have, I don't know, $50 for meat that day, or for the budget for the next week or two. Okay, set aside $50 just for meat and get your meat, and then do your rice, potatoes, whatever the case may be. But if you know exactly how much you need to spend on something like just meat, it's going to make meal planning a lot easier. You're going to be a lot more organized, and you're going to get a lot more for your money. So just wanted to go ahead and put that together since I knew I needed to get it done today. I figured I might as well record it and show you to you guys. So I hope that was helpful. Again, if you guys have any questions, you can definitely drop them in the comments below. Any ideas that you might have, or how do you grocery shop? I want to keep kind of doing this until I have created an ironclad strategy for keeping this family fed. That's going to be all for me for today. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope that was helpful, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.